Okay, we're going to be watching StutterTomo, who is playing Sigma on Esperanca, right? And this is going to be Diamond 5. Just hit Diamond Tank, greeted with losing streak. As the title states, I've just reached Diamond 5 on Tank, and since then, the games have all been an absolute stomp fest against my team. I feel like I cannot do any better. Most games I'm playing at my best, yet the other team is just better. My recent game was this code. Could someone either give me an ego check? As usual, I feel like it's my team's fault, or genuine advice on what more I could have done. Alright, so let's take a look. So for starters, you're playing Sigma against Ball, which I think is a really bad time. I think it's going to be tough, I think, to play in this matchup, especially in a dynamic map like push maps. I think if it's a linear map, like if you're playing Circuit Royale, I think you're in much better shape. But for this one, where they can come at you from truly any angle, I think you are going to struggle. So let's kind of see what happens here. So you see how much space the Sigma has, the ball's already made, right? He already knocked you back, forced you to look back for him, and kept your whole team back, while their team is able to set up wherever they want. And they're going to take the high ground above you, and then you're going to lose. Like, this position already is getting, like, basically untenable for you to win out of this. Right? You had to figure out how to continue to move forwards and prevent these three people from taking this. But the problem is, looking at their lineup, like, how are you going to stop the Pharah and the Ball? And the Hanzo's going to be constantly out of range. The Mercy's going to be unkillable, and the Kiriko's going to Swift Step away. This is a rare time where I think it's going to be a huge struggle to win this game as Sigma. As you get higher up, like, teams are going to have comps that are just tough for you to play one tank with. And from your writing it, you feel like a little, like, one-tricky. So I would note that this is going to be a bad time, right? You see how little you get out of that grasp? Again, like, you rock the Ball, but, like, who cares? Right? They're just absolutely destroying your backline. Right? Now your Mercy's dead. And then you're trying to stay alive here, but the Ball just keep harassing you. Again, like, you're not stopping this Ball from doing anything. Like, he's not only killing you, but he's also, like, rolling into your backline. Right? Now he's just spinning you constantly. You see how helpless you feel? This is tough. Again, I don't really like playing against Ball either, but, like, to some extent you have to recognize that you are a huge problem because you're just not doing nearly as much as their Ball is. Which doesn't mean you have to play Ball, right? You could play Hog here, you could play Orisa, right? You can play Winston, you can play Diva. You've got a lot of options. This whole thing that you're doing is absolutely crazy. I feel like you're frustrated. You're like, okay, I have to step forward, make space, but your team is pinned back right now. You're getting very, very aggressive, and they have excellent positioning on you. Honestly, you should be dead right now, but I think this Hanzo misses some shots. Managed to turn this around. I just want to confirm, like, how low you get here. So he misses a few arrows there. Right, he hits that one, misses that one. That would have been the killing shot. I think you do all right. It's not as bad as I expected, but to me, it did not feel like that was a good call. But it does in fact work out for you. Kiriko also steps out. Yep, you got set up. So for the Ball, I think I would in general try to avoid doing those rocks. I would look for very, very high percentage rocks where you know he'll die. So it's extremely difficult to stop him from slamming your team, assuming the Ball is any good. Like, it's very rare the Ball will just roll into you from the front. It's actually more useful is that when he tries to slam you and then tries to get away when he's, like, relatively low, like let's say half his health, then if you rock him, he can die. But I think trying to go too early and not having rock is a big mistake. Shielding off is good. Right, you see there's no way this Ball's gonna die. Kitsune Rush is popped. So the team is, again, doing a really good job, the enemy team, right? Taking all these angles around you, taking high ground. Your team is all boxed in around the cart. Just tough to live and sustain in that situation, getting shot at from all sides. Right, Ball's going in. I think this is a good flux. Oh, that's a big whiff, though. That's a huge whiff. Okay, so you would have gotten potentially a double kill if you did 1-1, but there's a healer here, so I probably just focus and make sure the Mercy dies. But you miss the first two here, right, completely, and then you have the opportunity to shoot at the ground. You look down, and then you miss these two as well. This is a big time whiff, and almost assuredly it's going to mean that you're going to lose this fight. So you're going to say, oh, what could I have done differently? That moment right there, going 0 for 4 on a flux, that'll cost you games. Right? That's not going to happen in high diamond, low masters, people aren't going to miss that many shots against flux targets. I don't think you should be backing up here. Like, as bad as it feels for you, your team has it worse. Like, you should be frontlining here and taking some attention away from your team. You have shield coming up, right? You can grasp and walk in front of them. You can just attack. Like, you have so many options. But playing in the back here is going to allow your team to get overwhelmed. Right? So, Cassie Lucky gets killed in the Pharah. Again, another low percentage rock, I would say. Hard to land that from there. Get slammed up. Right now, that would have been a great rock to land, and that would land to a kill, or turn into a kill. Right, this Mercy is not so good. Oh no! Oh, you almost missed the one shot. Well, you technically did miss the one shot, but you get it anyway. So you see him dragoning to the left. I would have immediately moved to the right here, but yeah, I mean, you also get out that way. I guess this ends up being okay. You could have bounced them off the left wall. This is a lot of whiffing right here. I think you go like 0 for 6. Alright, so 0 for 2, 0 for 4, I'm not going to count that splash. 0 for 6, 0 for 8, 0 for 10. It's not so good. Not so good when you play Sigma to go 0 for 10 on Hanzo. It's not even like he was dodging. Alright, good one shot there. Really good one shot. Right? Try to shield off. Honestly, at that point, I think I just would have just killed her. Because I think it's really hard to save them from that far away. You should have attacked again instead of grasping. That was an easy kill. Just to confirm the kill on the Pharah. Right, you could have attacked and instantly grasped to prevent the splash from killing you. Pharah lives. She's gonna be back soon. She has full health. Jump, regroups the Mercy. That rock had no prayer of a chance. And again, now you don't have rock to stop this ball from doing anything. Right, be a little just better ball accuracy for sure, or rock accuracy. Again, not a high percentage rock. Even if you land this rock, like, he has full adaptive shields. There's no way. I don't even know that he's going to take health damage out of this. So I wouldn't have bothered with that rock. I would save it. Okay, it's good poke here. You didn't need the grasp. Right, I would just turn back and be like, okay, like, what's the ball doing? Pharah is kind of killing you. That's a reasonable rock, but you missed it. Pharah's on top of you. You should recognize the Pharah's on top of you. Yep. Good prioritization of this Pharah, but you're not hitting the shots. Ooh, the rock was close though. Right, now she's rejoined with the Mercy? Nope, nope, not rejoin with the Mercy. You probably need to fight this out. Maybe not. Oh! Don't jump. If you hadn't jumped, you would have been fine. And you could have meleeed right there. You would have killed him. At a minimum, I think you should have killed the soldier there, because the ball was not doing a good job attacking you from behind, which he definitely could have done a way better job. Yeah, kill the mines. Again, not a great rock. Like, again, he has like full adaptive shield. It's not gonna... Even if you hit him right here, like your Bastion doesn't have tank form, so I would probably wait. Like right now, that would have been a much better rock opportunity. Right here, and knock him this way would have been excellent. Alright, so ball's gonna do the same thing as last time. Let's see if you learn. Okay, good. You gotta step forward a little bit to keep your Bastion alive, because your Bastion's like card committed right now in tank form. See, that rock comes too late. A lot of stuff is going to go wrong right now. I don't think there's a lot you can do. Yep, go for the Kiriko. I think it's the right call. Again, I would worry a lot less about the ball. See, if the team's not ready to like do anything, it doesn't really matter. Now you have to attack him because he's still on the cart. Good rock. Bad strafe. Oh, there's a lot of whiffing. There's a lot of whiffing. Like, sometimes your aim is really good, and a lot of times your aim is super inconsistent. There you go. Finally got it back to here. Again, you have shield, right? Yeah. I think you have to wrap left right now and get the soldier off high ground right away. Apparently they don't want to mess up there. Okay, that's fine. So now I would wrap this way and take high ground, right? I would have gone this, actually, from here I would have gone here to go take their high ground right now versus playing on the cart. Good timing of rock, but again, adaptive shield, so like, who cares? This is why I advocate for waiting longer with rock. Ugh, I don't think you get anybody with this. At that point, like, center it on, when you're not sure, center it on one person to guarantee you're going to get the lift. I mean, again, this is a common problem that I have too, but, you know, you want to climb, you can't be missing fluxes. Right, just center it, don't get greedy, center it on one, pick up one. Don't attack the ball. Of all people here, don't attack the ball, right? Attack the supports. Why are you rocking mines? Like, I think your supports can heal you if they wanted to. I don't think the minefield is like your primary issue here. This feels like a random rock versus like actually trying to get a kill on somebody. I think you're having what I call the school of fish problem, which is when there's so many targets, you're not attacking anybody. You know? Sorry, there's a part 2 to this. Okay. Adjusting this. Scan ball's going in on your team. You pretty much can't do anything about the ball. Gotta go for the back line. You see the Pharaoh chasing. Unfortunately, your attacks were down. Right. Again, you see how much space the ball is doing, like creating, just constantly pushing you and your team back, doing damage, right, knocking people up in the air. Like, you're just so helpless against this. And it's funny that you're like blaming your team, but like the biggest issue here is that their ball is dramatically outplaying you, right? And granted, like they have a good comp for it, but your team just can't do anything. Like, there's so much pressure from the ball. Like, the ball is literally gonna pin you guys in your spawn right now. Of course, you could argue that maybe there's some balance issues with ball, but this is crazy to end this front even with shield. I think that I would open with an attack and then rock. I think that's kind of sloppy. Right, attack comes out so fast, so attack and then rock, then attack again, versus just rocking. Right, Cure goes low. Don't quite get the one shot. This is a big problem. You are quite lucky here. So, you hit her. She gets lifted in the air. The Baptiste should have healed her. Doesn't even try. Doesn't care, apparently. And then the lamp gets destroyed right after that, and then Baptiste is trying to heal her there, and then you get the kill. Pretty lucky there, but we'll take it. Soldier dies. Nope, ball comes back to contest. Right, again, so good at like buying time. I mean, especially in push mode, like you need something that can quickly get the ball away from you and be like, no, like leave the cart. Sigma just doesn't do enough damage. You don't have the CC for it, right? You don't hit reliably against ball compared to like an Orisa, a Rhine, you know, a Hog, etc. So I think that just feels like the wrong hero for the job. Wrong hero for the job for the map. Like I said, push in general is quite difficult push is quite difficult in general for Sigma. Missing there is really bad. Like, again, look at it from their team's perspective as to why these fights are so easy. Right, here's a DPS, just shooting. Right? Takes a little bit of damage, right? Just shooting, right? Fair, just ulting your team at point blank. You know, you can't really blame your team. There's no pressure on the DPS whatsoever, right? Nor is there pressure on the tank. You know? Like, look. Tank goes in, he slams, right? Shoots your Mercy, gets the Mercy low, forces GA. Right, goes right here, knocks you around. See? It's just, you just can't do anything. So, like, everyone's pretty much just gonna kite you right now. Quite lucky that your team gets 2 kills here. Mercy kills 1. Wow, what the heck? Right, you're not missing. You're not hitting shots right now. Like, this is the moment where you really need to hit shots, but it's really difficult to do it against double support. Right now they're spawning behind you, and I think you're just staggering yourself. Pretty sure that's what's happening here. Oh, you managed to get out. Sam comes down. Minefield's up. Close on the Baptiste. Better kill this Baptiste when it comes to the ground. No, you should just waited. You should just waited from the land and then attack. Would have been so much easier. I had to use rock for it. I don't know what that attack was. You better hit this. Nope. That was an easy kill, right? On the lift, that was an easy kill. And you're just going to die here, and that's going to be in the replay. So, what to say? Number one, Sigma is not good. I would say at this particular push map. I don't think he's that great at push in general. He's bad against ball, and he's really bad against this particular comp, where I think you massively struggled to, quite frankly, do anything against their comp. And virtually any other tank, with the exception of probably Reinhardt, maybe, would have been worse in this situation. No, I think Zarya would be worse. Zarya would be worse. Reinhardt might be a little better than Siggeir, but Zarya would be worse. I think Zarya, you would have a truly super unpleasant time. I think. So that's number one. It's just the wrong hero for the map, for their team comp, right? Just, this is no good. And I think it's very rare. I mean, I would say, I've done, like 200 something replays now. I think this comes up literally like 1 out of 100 games I say this, but this is going to be that game where I say you should not have played Sigma here. And if you're a Sigma one trick, then play Sigma, because if you try to play another hero, you're going to throw even worse. But this team comp is way too strong against what you are trying to do. Number one. Number two, you wasted so many fluxes where you did not get kills. So if you are like, oh, okay, like I'm gonna force Sigma into every comp, you can't be missing these fluxes. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many of these fluxes that are actually quite easy to kill. Like, when you lift this Pharah, this should be an easy kill right now. Like, she's not getting any healing, right? One hit would have killed her there. Or even a splash would have killed her because she's already low. And you just whiffed it all. You do that on a lot of fluxes. I think that is a big problem, right? And we could talk in general about like shield usage and grass and like bouncing versus directs, but honestly in this game it's such a one-sided roll. Like, you're not even close, right? You got 33 meters, which is, I think, is like you won like one fight, and after that, like, it's absolutely devastating. I think you would have to win something like 4 or 5 team fights in a row. Like, look how far this is. You'd have to get it all the way over to wherever the winning point is, right? Like over here-ish, to be able to... Yeah, you'd have to get it all the way over to spawn, right? So like one team fight, right? You probably do a second one around here, right? You do a third one here, then a fourth one here, then a fifth one here, right? And then all the way over, this would be fight number 6. You'd have to win 6 team fights in a row in order to do this, which is like impossible. There's just no way that you could possibly have won this game. So yeah, I think that you just don't have enough impact, right? I think your actually mechanics are just not good enough to one-trick Sigma against this lineup. Like, if you were top 500, yeah, you could do it. If you're GM, maybe you can do it. But like, I'm GM, I don't think I could have won this game playing Sigma. Like, I truly do not think I would have any real chance at winning this game playing Sigma. The enemy team comp is just too good against you, and the map doesn't support it either. So yeah, that's my feel is again, number one, team comp, and number two, so many wasted fluxes. And I think the combination of those two things makes this game completely unplayable. So the other things are just not important to note. As to fault, like blame's on you, like 100% on you, right? You playing Sigma is forcing your team to try to play poke. Okay, and they're trying to play poke, right? They have a Cassidy, they have a Bastion, like, they're doing the best they can with what you're giving them as Sigma. But you just can't get it done. Like, you could never make space. The ball, it'd be one thing if you're killing their backline and the ball is killing your backline. But you can't kill their backline very quickly. We saw that. Remember when we went 0 for 10 on the Hanzo? That's no good, right? You can't kill their backline faster than the ball can kill your backline, A. B, you can't protect your team from any of the damage that's incoming, either the DPS or the ball, right? Because of the angles, etc., right? And number 3 is you're not able to stop the ball from doing anything. So you basically go 0 for 3 on any of the critical elements of playing tank, right? Can't stop the enemy, right? Can't protect my team. Can't stop the enemy tank. Yeah, when that happens, you're going to lose games. Sorry to say. Okay, I'll stop there. Hopefully this is a little helpful.